Good morning everybody, and this is your Euro USD setups for today. So I just want to check the daily before we get kicking. Okay, nice separation of the oscillators, grouping to the upside. Strong flag, which I did talk about before I went gallivanting, and I won't call that a break of the upper end of the flag at the moment. That is more of a test of the flag. I think what you want to be doing is you want to be looking for opportunities to buy off support, which is pretty much what we do. And I'm going to add a zone in here because there is a gap as well for this week. So looking at the oscillators at the moment, we are getting to a point where we are overbought, and you've also got a crossover of the moving averages here. So I would expect another move down, to be honest. I would expect us to come and form a higher low somewhere. And what makes the most sense, just want to see where that lines up. Yeah, that would make sense as well. What makes the most sense is to come back and close this gap and then move up, or even a 61.8 Fibonacci extension of this current move. So let's just get down through the time frames and we can have a look what we need to do. Last week would have been a tough trading week, to be honest. You can see the drop and then just hovering here in the middle of nowhere with no real structure, and then a break with no retest. So I don't think there would have been much opportunity last week, so I didn't miss much, but on the indexes there definitely were quite a few opportunities to make a bit of money. And if we look at what's going on here on the 3 hour, definitely don't want to be jumping in long here, not with oscillators like that, not with this kind of price action, and not with the top of the flag there. So we are waiting on the Feds. The Feds are expected to come out with their rates cut on Wednesday evening. So everything hinges on what happens there, whether it's as expected, whether they don't cut rates, or whether they cut rates more than expected. And while we wait for that, there is a gap which is going to be a target for a number of people. I'm not really a fan of chasing that at the moment. If I just look at what's going on with the hour, we're quite strongly above the moving averages. At the moment, I suspect we're going to be just ranging. You can see how we've broken through this trend line and we're just trying to test it. The whole of yesterday we're trying to test it. So if we do drop back into the flag, I would be paying very close attention to 111, 111.021, but 111 would be a very interesting level. If we drop below that, then you are looking at 110.780, and you might as well just put the gap in there as well, because I suspect you'll probably get something onto that. And you can see how the 150 EMA is in this area as well. So that would be 110.732. So I don't see this as a flag break just yet. I would want to see much bigger structure. So in other words, acceleration past, come back and test some structure above the flag. That would be a flag break for me, and that would be on the hour. And alternatively, I'd want to see a move back into this area and then see if we can get some structure built for a move out. But I don't think it's wise to try and second guess this before the Feds come out. I just want to check last week. Last week would have been a very, very difficult trade. Very, very difficult. Don't see any breakouts and retests. So yeah, so that nothing else changes on the 15-minute chart. I think that's pretty much what it is. So you could find us just continuing in this tight range between 111.191 and 111.369 until the Feds have finished their song and dance. There's also a whole host of other data coming out today and tomorrow which could impact this. Yeah, nothing really else to talk about here, but this daily flag is very, very important. And if you just scroll, I'll do this on the weekly. scroll left on the weekly, see all the structure here, this weekly structure which goes back beginning of 2023, 2022, even as far back as 2019, and I can keep scrolling, but there's quite a huge amount of support and resistance in the zone that we're at. So looking at the weekly, big engulfing inside bar, so you would expect some kind of rejection, but we do have a moving average crossover, so I'm more favoring range or structure and then a move up, which you see very clearly on the daily in that flag. Okay, so just treat that as the top of the flag at the moment. There's no flag break, so you want to stay out of this until the Feds are finished and then have a look. If the Feds manage to drive this break, it's going to be quite aggressive, and you'll have a couple of longs for a few consecutive days to pick up, and then it'll pull back for some structure and then continue gently in the direction that we're expecting. Anyway, that's kind of my view. So I'd sit on hands until Wednesday. So it basically means no trading until Thursday for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.